How about a mixture of the Lost Oracle along with making magic? I'm curious what's going to come out of here. Now, I'm going to start with the Lost Oracle. Okay, what do we need to know today, please? What messages are coming through? Ooh, thought I was going to lose it then. Now, this first card is called Enchantment, and it's warning us to use our words consciously, not allowing anything to slip out that we haven't fully thought about. Clearly, there's something that needs to be said here, but they're reminding you to use those words consciously. Make sure you're giving some thought to what it is that you want to say. What is that point that you want to get across? But consciously is the word that I'm focusing on today. For a long time, we've been acting out of subconscious loops, but not anymore. You've grown your consciousness. You're aware of certain things that other people just aren't. And especially when it comes to communicating, that is where it comes in handy. So what is it that you want to say? Truly. Curious what else is going to come out today. And with Primordial Passion coming out next, they want you to leave your mark. This conversation that needs to happen, it has to have a lasting effect. I know that's the better outcome that we all want, to leave our mark on something, to make that change. But also, they don't want you to shy away from this. They don't want those old habits to come creeping back in. They want you to be your most authentic self, communicating from a place of truth. Because this does need to be talked about, and I think you know that. And I get that the other person might not want to, but they need it. So act out of truth. Everything comes from truth. Come on, there's definitely one more in it. Well, with Phenomenon coming out next, we're being told to expect the unexpected. The extraordinary. With Phenomenon coming out, phenomenon, with Phenomenon, phenomenon, Why does that not sound right? Phenomenon. Can't get this one. With Phenomenon coming out next, still doesn't sound right. They're asking you to expect the extraordinary. Now, this conversation that needs to happen, I feel like we already have a preconceived notion of how this is going to go. But by operating out of truth and making sure to leave our mark, I've got a funny feeling that the extraordinary could just happen. Maybe this conversation might go slightly different to how you expect. Maybe it goes better, maybe it goes worse. That isn't for us to judge. We just have to put forward our truth, talk about the things that we want to talk about, and allow people to have a reaction. People are allowed to feel what it is they need to feel. Just give them time with that. Allow this to be processed, but don't hold on to that preconceived notion. Everything is available for change as long as we allow it. So maybe this conversation isn't going to go the way you think. Be prepared for that and trust yourself that you can handle it no matter which way it goes. Now, I'm curious if the Making Magic deck is going to add anything to this. What else do we need to know about this, please? Achievement. Now, with achievement coming out, it's taking me back to that last card. Expecting the extraordinary. Win the award, accolade, or contract. So definitely confirming that this is going to go a different way than we expect. And that way is probably going to be something quite positive. Now, obviously, this conversation might need space and time to be thought about, to be felt, to be processed. But allow that time to do what time does best, to change things. Because as long as you're acting out of your highest truth, you're being honest, and you're using your words consciously, that is going to leave a mark. That is going to change something. Trust that. And even if it is going to take a little bit of time, expect the extraordinary. Anything can happen here. So think about what that achievement would look like to you. What does winning look like to you? Because it might be slightly different to what you expect. I really hope this reading resonated with you guys today. Thank you so much for joining me, and hopefully these brought you a little bit of light or a little bit of guidance. I'll see you in the next one.